Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Jai Shri Ram. Welcome to our next episode in our complete reading of Srimad Valmiki Ramayana. In the previous episode, we saw how Sugriva narrated to SriRamachandra as to how his brother Vali was, how Vali misbehaved with him, how the fight between Mayavi and Vali happened, and how, in spite of his repeated requests, Vali was not even interested in listening to him or believing in his version of the story. So that was what we saw in the previous episode. When SriRamachandra asks Sugriva, "Oh Sugriva, why doesn't Vali come to this Rushyamuka Parvata? You said that he was torturing you, he was getting ready to kill you, but then he would not come to this one particular place. Why doesn't he come?" Then Sugriva is now replying, "Oh Sri Ramachandra, please understand, this Vali is an extremely powerful person. He wakes up in the morning, after finishing his rituals, in the morning he does his Sandhya Vandana, and to do his Sandhya Vandana, and when he is doing the Arghya Pradana, he travels to the end of the landmass every time. For example, if he has to give an Arghya facing towards the east, he'll go to the part where the eastern border meets the sea or the ocean, and there he does his one Arghya. For the Arghya that's to be given on towards the south, he goes to the place where the landmass meets the ocean on its southern borders. For the north also he does the same thing, for the west also he does the same thing, and then he finishes all this, then he has his breakfast, and then he starts training for his daily routine. And what does he do to train for his daily routine? He goes to mountains, he removes the mountain from the earth, and with that he starts playing as if he is playing with the ball. He throws it up in the air, he catches it again, he throws it up in the air, he catches it again, and then he puts it down there. So this was the strength of Vali. All the worlds and all the gods in all the worlds were indeed afraid of this one particular man. That's how strong Vali was. And then at the same time there was a Rakshasa in the form of a Mahishi or Mahisha, and he is not Mahishasura, he is Dundubhi. He lived near Kailasa, and this guy always wanted to fight someone. So one day he went to Samudra and he said, "I am very, very powerful. Oh Samudra, come and fight me." Samudra quickly said, No, I am not that powerful. I am not as powerful as you are. So please do one thing, go to the Parvataraja Himavanta, which is the Himalayas. Go to Himalayas, the Adhisthana Devata of Himalayas, who is Himavanta. He will come and he will fight you. So this guy goes to Himalayas again. He starts breaking all the stones. He tries to move the mountain and all. Then Himavanta appears on the top of the mountain. He looks at this Dundubhi and says, "Oh Dundubhi, I am not in a position to fight with you. I can't. So please do not harass me." Then Dundubhi says, "If you can't fight, show me the guy who can fight me." Then Parvataraja Himavanta gives the name of Vali to Dundubhi. He says, "Go to Kishkinda Mahanagara, and in Kishkinda Mahanagara, and in the kingdom of Kishkinda, in the capital city, you go and meet this man called Vali. He is the man who is a right match for you." So Dundubhi travels all the way from Himalayas to Kishkinda, and in Kishkinda, by the time Dundubhi arrives, the guards who are there, they would not be able to stop him. It's already night. So Dundubhi comes and he directly rushes to the gate of the main palace. He breaks the gate, he enters in, and he starts challenging Vali. He says, "Vali, if you really have energy left in you, come out." It was already night time. Vali was having good food and drinks with his wife and the other woman. He was enjoying his time with all of them. This is when Dundubhi comes over there and he challenges Vali. Vali now walks out. He quickly takes out the golden hara which his father Indra gave to him. So he wears that, and the legend is that whenever Vali wears that hara in his neck, he gets the energy of the opponent. He takes away 50% of the opponent's energy towards him. So that's the legend. And now Vali comes out with that hara. He wants to fight Dundubhi, and Dundubhi looks at him. He looks at all the women who are accompanying him and says, "Oh Vali, I think you are already having sura," which translates to alcohol. I think you are having sura. You are doing surapana. You are enjoying with your woman. I will not disturb your enjoyment. After all, this is the last night in your life. You should enjoy your night. Also, give away all the gifts that you want to give to all the people, and tomorrow morning you come and fight with me." Vali says, "What do you think? I can't fight you in a slightly inebriated state? No, even if I have drunk or if I have indulged in some surapana, oh Dundubhi, I can still fight you. That's like Veerapana for me." Saying this, Vali quickly jumps onto a fight with Dundubhi. Dundubhi and Vali start fighting, and Vali quickly overpowers Dundubhi. He gives him a few hits, due to which blood starts oozing out from all holes of Dundubhi. With the blood oozing out, he kicks him. Dundubhi falls down. He again regains. He again comes to fight Vali. Vali consistently pins him down. He consistently hurts him. He consistently breaks the bones of Dundubhi. And at one point of time, when Dundubhi starts losing the whole thing and he's about to die, Vali quickly holds him and rotates him in the air. And then the blood which is coming out from his mouth, his ears, his eyes, that starts sprinkling everywhere. And oh SriRamachandra, the blood spilled all the way till this Matanga Mahamuni's ashrama, and then Vali threw away that body, and it came and fell out at 1 yojana's distance. Now, and he went inside, looking at the blood that has come and fallen on his ashrama. Matanga Mahamuni got angry. He quickly checks as to who has done this. With his Divya Drishti, he realizes that it is Vali who did this, and since Vali has done this, Matanga Mahamuni quickly gives a shapa. Matanga Mahamuni says, this forest is so dear to me, and this forest is something that I took great care and attention so that nobody touches this forest, and such pious and peaceful place has been today desecrated by Vali. So if Vali or any of his men come anywhere near this 1 yojana distance of my ashrama, they are going to face a very, very bad fate. I am giving them 24 hours of time. All of them need to leave. This is what Matanga Mahamuni tells all the ministers of Vali, all the people of Vali, all the employees of Vali who are on guard duty and all near that ashrama. All of them will go back to Vali and inform him about this. Vali himself comes to see Matanga Mahamuni to apologize and all, but Matanga Mahamuni would not listen. And Matanga Mahamuni also happens to see this carcass of this Dundubhi which is over there, and he feels very, very bad that Vali had to exhibit such level of cruelty. So since Vali could not do much, and since Matanga Mahamuni has cursed that if Vali comes anywhere near that 1 yojana distance of his ashrama, or even if any of Vali's people go there, they would all die. So Vali did not even think of coming there. So oh SriRamachandra, that's how this Rushyamuka Parvata is saved from Vali's wrath. He can't come here, hence I have come here, and I have set my base here along with Hanuman and all. We are like 4-5 Vanaras. We all are staying here. So this is what Sugriva tells about Vali, and then he tells to SriRamachandra, oh SriRamachandra, come, I'll show you the body of Dundubhi. If you can lift that body and throw it even for 400 gajas, means 400 square yards, even if you can throw it, I would definitely accept that you are strong enough to kill Vali. Now SriRamachandra looks at it and he says, so you want me to throw this carcass away for some distance? So it's a dead body at the end of the day, and for years it has been lying there. So SriRamachandra just uses his the toe of his leg, and with which he pushes that carcass and it goes away for a yojana. Now Sugriva says, oh SriRamachandra, I understand that you are able to do this, but I have my doubts. I have my doubts because Vali through this body, it was full of flesh and all, but when you have come here and when you are doing this, it has lost all of its flesh. It's more or less becoming very skinny, skeletal like structure. So even if you have pushed it for a yojana, I would not really take it into consideration. So oh SriRamachandra, can you do one more thing? There are 7 Sala trees here. Sala Vrukshas is what we call them. Vali used to come, he used to touch one of these trees, and he used to just by just giving it one push, he used to ensure that all the leaves of this tree are fallen down. He says, if you can break one tree, one of these trees, these are very, very strong trees, if you can break even one tree using one arrow, I'd be confident that you would be able to take on Vali. SriRamachandra smiles, he takes one arrow and he shoots the arrow, and that arrow breaks all the 7 trees. Then it goes and breaks some mountain rocks, and then it comes back to SriRamachandra. So now looking at this, Sugriva is really astonished at the skill that SriRamachandra has and the sort of powerful arrows that SriRamachandra has. So he immediately says, oh SriRamachandra, I just wanted to test your strength before I really invite Vali for a fight, because if I invite Vali for a fight, I know his strength, he might just kill me, so please don't take me. Otherwise, I just wanted to test your strength. Saying this, Sugriva is now completely convinced that he can take on Vali, and SriRamachandra would kill Vali in the combat. So he takes SriRamachandra to Kishkinda. All of them walk towards Kishkinda. Sugriva goes and challenges Vali for a fight. Now Vali comes out They both start fighting. SriRamachandra took a vantage position behind a tree, but then he was not able to shoot an arrow because Vali and Sugriva are complete lookalikes, and there was no difference between both of them. Sugriva, he's fighting. At some point of time, he checks for SriRamachandra's help. He wouldn't get any help from SriRamachandra. He is shocked on one end, and on the other end, Vali is, hammering the life out of him. So Sugriva quickly runs away, and he runs away to Rushyamuka Parvata. All the men again return back to Rushyamuka Parvata. Sugriva starts wailing. He asks SriRamachandra, "Oh SriRama, why weren't you able to kill Vali? I expected you to kill Vali because you had so much of power, so much of energy." He starts lamenting. He starts criticizing SriRamachandra. SriRamachandra lets him criticize for a long time, and then he says, "You both were really identical, Sugriva, and if I leave an arrow and if it harms you, that's something that I cannot take. So, oh Sugriva, this time take this Gajalata mala and wear it in your neck, and now go again and challenge Vali. This time, since I have an identification as to who is who, though both of you look very, very similar, because I know who is who, this time I would definitely ensure that Vali is killed." Sugriva understands what has happened, and Sugriva says, "Okay, we'll go back to Kishkindha and I'll challenge Vali for a fight again." And this time, in the route they are going, SriRamachandra asks him a few questions. What are the questions that SriRamachandra asks? What are the replies that Sugriva is going to give? All that we'll be seeing in our next episode. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pasyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet, sarvam sugri sasam bhasvam charanarvindar pramasti. Swasti. Jai Shri Ram.